say this too for ladies who want to say that all I do is bash women or whatever. We all know it's BS. No one is sitting here acting like, at least I'm not sitting here acting like everything black men do is perfect. That everything all men do is perfect. Nobody's sitting here saying that. I'm not saying that. We all know that to be a human being is to have the capacity to do bad, good, and evil. Of course, there are things that black men as a collective can do to improve. I don't argue with that. I am not a black man. That is not my place to sit here and tell black men how to do black men. That's what black men need to do. I am a black woman, however, so it is more appropriate for me to talk about the things that impact me, that could impact my future daughters, you know what I mean, that impact my friends. That is more appropriate because I am a woman. So if I'm sitting here talking about issues that impact women, that is because I'm a woman, and that is because those are the things that I and we can actually change. I can't sit here and change the behavior of black men. I can't tell them what to do. That is a deflection. So oftentimes what I see sometimes when we have these conversations, and we say, hey, black women choose wrong. It's like, oh, well, you're just judging us. Or, well, black men are this. Well, black men choose wrong too. Well, black men have kids out of wedlock. Well, black men go to prison. Well, black men don't build. And then the conversation shifts. The conversation shifts. As soon as you point out something wrong that a black woman has done, or just something that collectively there's an issue in the community or an issue among black women, as soon as you point that out, it has to go down to all the things that black women are doing wrong. Nobody is saying black women don't do things wrong. Nobody's saying that. But it's like the bigger issue is, what are you doing wrong today? What in your life is wrong today? And if every single time there is something brought to light about what you personally are doing wrong, if your response is to now go look at what somebody else is doing wrong or doing worse, then you're incapable of changing. You're incapable of the truth. You're unspiritual. You're hard-headed, and you're never going to change. You're never going to change, because it's just like, that's the definition of deflection. And like, if you can't reflect, you know what I mean? Then you cannot be transformed. Like there is no truth. There is no healing. There is no divine, that whole divine feminine crap, that divinely feminine that gives you a reason to bash men all day and not look at yourself and say, actually, no, I have some evilness inside of me that I need to submit to God and get healing with. That whole I'm divinely feminine, I created the world, the Eve gene, all that crap, that still has you know, women going around being toxic and thinking it makes them they're spiritual for doing it. You're not going to get anywhere. So again, this is why I will spend a good portion of my time talking about the different issues I see related to black women, because I am a black woman, and that is my place. It is not my place to sit around and tell men how to be men, because women cannot tell men how to be men. Men have to do that. But as long as there are issues, which there are plenty, as long as there are plenty of issues that are happening among women and among black women, that we don't even need to waste our time figuring out all the horrible things black men or men in general are doing, because we should be so busy trying to get ourselves in check. That is called taking responsibility and taking accountability. And if there's no ability to do that, then again, ain't nothing gonna change. Somebody tells you, hey, you need to lose weight. You're not slim thick. You're not even, you go chubby. You are at risk for your health. And then you go and say, oh, we're judging me. Well, black men, they overweight too. Black men, they get big Beckies. They like, yeah. It's like, that is not in the conversation. You are the one at the end of the day that is at risk for bad health. You're the one at the end of the day is at risk for diabetes, for heart disease, for fill in the blank. You. So as long as you deflect, if you're a woman that every single time an ounce of truth comes to you, you deflect, you will never change. You will, because you're incapable. You're incapable of the truth, and it is a truth that changes you. It is a truth that sets you free. See, and I see this BS even among Christian women. And that's what really bothers me, because I'm like, if you're really about the gospel, if you're really about truth, you recognize that you have the responsibility more than ever to be honest. To call a spade and say, no, this is wrong. I was sinful. I was being prideful. I was being arrogant. I was jealous. You have a responsibility more than ever. But if you start using God as deflections, or this whole, like I said, I hear everything between divine feminine to, oh, well, these men are demonic. So because they're demonic, I have a chance to I have a reason to talk bad about them, or because they're demonic, or because they're demon possessed, then that means I can trash them. Whatever spiritual reasons that you use, which is toxic, to give yourself a reason to deflect from your own toxicity doesn't help anything. It helps nobody. And ultimately, whoever it hurts is you. It is you that it hurts. It is you that it hurts. So that's why I'm saying, when I see some of this fake, cheap Christianese stuff, and I say this is somebody who's a Christ follower, and I recognize it, where it's like we start using scriptures to deflect from what's going on internally and not face the truth within. It's just like, well, that religion is pointless. That religion means nothing. That religion is empty, or spirituality is empty. It's empty. There's no power in it, because it is the power of truth. The spirit of truth, again, that brings change, that brings transformation. But you have to first start somewhere. You have to first acknowledge where you're wrong. And if you are unable to do that, and you choose whatever affirmation, whatever scripture, whatever tarot card reading to deflect, it don't matter. You're going to get the same result, because it's bad, it's evil, it's bad intentions, period. And if any spirituality you have is giving you a reason to demonize 50% of the population, you're in sin, you're demonic, however you want to put it, you're toxic, however you want to put it, your energy is low, use whatever phrase that you want to use it, but you're off, period. In a discussion. And like I said, if you don't believe me, look at your life. Just look at your life. This is the thing, again, this is what I love about truth, because I don't have to sit around trying to convince you or convince anybody of their own effed up reality. If they're living a horrible life, or if they're depressed, or if they feel dark, if they have dark spirits, dark thoughts, anxious, depressed, or whatever it may be, all consistently, that life is chaotic, they can tell themselves they're divinely feminine all they want, but at the end of the day, they go home at night and they look at themselves in the mirror and they know what they see. So that's the thing I love about the truth. The truth has a way of following you, even if you want to deny it. It does. So